Good morning, it's Lynn here from Destiny Fulfilled. I hope that this day finds you all well. The card that I pulled this morning for the collective is the Page of Cups in reverse. So when this card shows in reverse, it can often represent a creative blockage. It can represent immaturity in our behavior. It can represent being overly sensitive to situations around us. We can also feel disconnected, and maybe we're also not seeing the signs and synchronicities that are being shown to us by our spiritual team. So this to me speaks of, feeling disconnected, not feeling in our power, not feeling wholly centered. You can see that, his legs are above his head, right? He's disconnected. He's floating, and he's not grounded in his reality here. The other symbol that we have on there is, a pig flying and an empty cup. And a pig flying for me, is, really not expecting something that you wish to come to fruition that will come to fruition, right? When pigs fly is often a saying that we have when we really don't believe that something is possible for us in our lives. So some questions that you may want to ask yourself around this is, am I feeling creatively blocked? And if so, how is that presenting itself to me at this time? How do I feel when I'm in this particular energy? How does that look and feel for me in our everyday lives? The second thing that we could ask ourselves is there a situation recently that you're in where you've acted in an overly sensitive way, where you took on or overreacted to a situation because of that oversensitivity that you were feeling at the time. And if so, write that out. Understand what was at play during that time and why do you think you reacted in that way. The other thing that we can ask is are you practicing escapism in some way? Is there a situation in your life where you're not fully present, where there are behaviors around that situation where you're allowing yourself to be zoned out? Is there are you practicing some addictive type behaviors where you're putting up that barrier between you and the situation so that you are feeling slightly protected from it? And that could be valid, right? There could be reasons why you're doing that, but this is not about stopping that behavior necessarily, although I do suggest that if there is a situation like that and you are continually using escapism activities such as using illicit drugs or alcohol or some form of escapism that is not good for you and is not good for you, then you ask for and get the help that to help you process through that. But is there a situation in your life where you're playing that behavior out in some way? And we all have them, right? There's a whole range or a spectrum of escapism techniques that we use. For some people it's shopping, it can be sex, it can be food. Is a big one, right, for a lot of people, eating food to dull down what it is you're feeling or help you cope with the situation that you find in at that time. So doing some journaling around that area, might feel or might enable you to see things a little bit more clearly. But please, again, if you need help in that area, then please go seek it, definitely. The third thing is, am I open to the synchronicities that are being sent my way? Do I even see them? Are you aware of the signs and symbols that your spiritual team, your spiritual guides, your ancestors, angels, your higher self are sending you your way? Are you even seeing them, or are you walking around with your eyes half closed, you know, in that, you know, zone of I'm just here doing my thing. I don't really notice what's going on around me, or am being open to those sorts of events, right? And I've been in that lots of times, you know, where I'm walking around in my own little world. I'm you know, stewing on a problem or a something I'm thinking about, and I'm totally blocked off from what's around me. And, you know, there could well have been lots of symbols and synchronicities and, you know, messages sent my way that I didn't see because I was so closed in and inward looking in my mind on whatever it was I was dwelling on at the time, right? And this is not a criticism. We all do that, right? We all do it from time to time, but it's becoming more aware that we inhabit those behaviors when in a way that is shutting ourselves off from either dealing with the situation head on or you know, protecting ourselves because the situation is too painful for us at that particular time. And that's when we need to go and get professional help, right? We need to find a therapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist or you know, somebody that can help us process those thoughts and feelings that we're having at those times. So yep, that's our Page of Cups in reverse. I hope that you get some good insights from this card, and try and understand those situations in your life which, and it won't be all of your life, right? It may just be one situation in your life at the moment where you're just not fully present, you're just not fully connected, you're just not fully open to the messages, synchronicities and creativity that's available to you in that area. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope that your day progresses well, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.